Imagine a night that was just as ordinary as it was. The phone went on, and it went dark, not his news. You had slipped his chat box from the top, and his head was made less visible, but his fingers were left uncontrollable, and he went in and watched the last conversation a few days ago, weeks ago, even months ago. You deleted him, and you came back, and you changed the note from an intimate name to a cold name, and from a name to a symbol that doesn't see anything. You swore to your friend, "This time it's really over, I've had enough." But as long as he pops, he says, "Is it?" And of course, you know that this relationship has long gone wrong. He's been in a bad mood, he's in a bad mood, he's in a bad mood, and you've said to leave 100 times, and you're crying in the middle of the night, "Why can't I just let it go?" The irony is that you haven't tried all sorts of ways, pulling black, deleting, blocking, working crazy, brushing, reading books, working out, stuffing your life, trying to squeeze him out with something else. But every time the daily noise goes away, as long as the lights turn off, the familiar void appears again. A night without his news seems to be a little scarier than he ignores. So you started to wonder, is it too much for me? Is it so easy for me to be born? Is it really just me? You yelled at yourself and left behind the back door. Don't delete conversation records, don't throw away gifts, don't quit talking together, as if as long as these things are there, you were taking a place in his life. You said, "I'm in pain, I want to come out," but there was a more real and cruel voice deep in my body, saying, "I have value as long as he needs me a little more." Have you really thought about the question? You think you can't quit this person, but if you wipe out his face, his profession, his friends, and leave behind the feeling that someone only talks to you in the middle of the night, that someone habitually depends on you for solace, that you are the first person to fall apart, that you're really addicted to it, that you're really addicted to it. If one day he really gets better, he doesn't need to spend any more time with you, he doesn't talk to you in the middle of the night, he doesn't talk to you, he doesn't talk to you, he doesn't talk to you in the middle of the night. This is the final question that we will face together. Is it true that you say, the person you can't forget, or is it true that you have tied your whole life in the same way that you are required? If it bothers you, it is good to say that you are standing on the door to the truth. Next, we may not teach you how to blacken a man, but rather what is crueler and more gentle. See clearly whether you lose a person and die, or whether you just don't know how to be yourself when no one needs you. If we open up that question, whether you think you can't stop it or feel like he needs it, you find that something that is really hard to put down is much deeper than you think it is. First, at a basic level, you learn to read air very quickly, and then feel what people need, and then put yourself in that just good position over the age. No one taught you how to love yourself, but everyone taught you the same standard: look, be nice, understand things, take care of people. For a long time, you whisper, "I need to be useful, so I can be left behind." This is what psychology calls the work model: how you grow up in a child, how you grow up in a child. In adulthood, the scene has changed, but the equation has not changed. You will be particularly attracted by a certain category of people. They have a lot of emotions, stories, injuries, job stress, family complexity, mental state always shakes on the edge. And as soon as you approach, you will see a familiar place. I only know him, I can only listen to him, I won't bother him. You think that you are destroyed by fate to love someone who needs you, but from a psychological point of view, as long as I'm useful enough, I don't have to deal with the even more terrible question of, can I be chosen simply because I am? And then you bring in a close relationship and become a good partner. This father is not necessarily the real person, but a male standard that you have grown up, a judgmental God. You have to be nice, understand things, and you have to lose your own experience, and you'll be able to lose it. From a philosophical point of view, it's a classic reward. When a man's heart is deeply uncertain about the great, I'm good for myself, she turns to a relatively manageable alternative, I can at least be useful. Love is uncontrollable, and it may change tomorrow, but pay for one is the one he needs most that can be sustained over a long period of time. You can stay up, move around, forgive once and again, and be a permanent online guest-in-law, all of which makes you feel wrong. The relationship is still there, and I still have a place in his life. You think you're keeping love, and you're actually keeping your own heart-built identity, the person you needed. At this point, there is a great amount of subsidiary medicine poured on you. From small to large, almost all the praises directed at women are reinforcing the same thing: tenderness, considerateness, understanding, caring for the whole picture, non-doing, non-challenging, caring for people. Few tell you that true love should teach you to take care of yourself. More often, everyone is silently suggesting, the more you can take care of someone, the more you are needed, the more valuable you are. In this atmosphere, need is not just your personal habits, but a whole set of cultural scripts fall in your body. You think that's what I am, and many times that's the result of decades of gender expectations on you. So, when you say, I can't stop him, you're trying to save a very large structure, the way I live in childhood plus the need of a father plus the demands of society for women plus the fear of being empty and meaningless plus you put you in a position where you need me, I am safe, and no one. From this point of view, you do not find a strange paradox. The more you fear being alone and being left, the easier it is to choose the kind of person who is not really safe for you, because only in their chaos and cold and hotness do you have the opportunity to keep busy being required, and to prove your worth. And when you meet someone who's stable and orderly and who doesn't ask you frequently, you're bored, not feeling, or even quickly alienating him. Not because he's bad, but because there's no use for your system, and you're suddenly facing a big empty space, and if I'm not busy, who am I? That's the deep mechanism we're talking about. You're really afraid not of losing him, but losing your only familiar self-identification, that's always giving, always saving, always being needed. And when you realize that, you begin to understand that the relationship between you and the necessary illusion is much deeper than you and that specific person. And it is terrible that, as long as this mechanism is not seen, it will remain silent and will continue to choose for you. You think you're in love, and you're actually continuing with that old-fashioned conviction, I am nothing as long as I am wanted. Next, we're talking about an invisible mechanism that will leave you with long but deadly consequences in your life. Now, let us look at what happens in your life when you think it's only, I'm more sensitive, and I'm more dependent, and what costs are much worse. The first level of consequences is that your life is slowly occupied by a single identity, someone who's always giving, always saving, always taking care of others. You find that when people talk about you, they often use words such as understanding things, reading things, being able to rely on them, being particularly warm, taking care of people. It sounds good, but you haven't noticed, and you forget, you're not tired, less people know, what you really like, what your dreams are, what you want to live. The second consequence is that your ability to choose is quietly altered. When your brain is trained for a long time, as long as the other person is in need of you, you automatically add points. As long as the other person is stable and less in need of you, you feel bored. Your choice system will deviate significantly. You will miss those who really fit for long-term relationships, because they don't have the dramatic sense of waiting for your rescue. You will keep on going to complex people, people in trouble, people in blurred borders, because only next to them can you keep on holding up the high concentration of what is needed. You think that your nervous system is chasing a familiar chemical reaction. The more chaotic you are, the more nervous you are, the more you are, the more you have the chance to feel that, I'm good. This makes it harder for you to move away from one choice at a time and push yourself towards the same destiny, the more to consume your relationship. The third set of consequences is that your system of self-worth is completely reversed. Normally, a person's sense of value should come from, who am I, what am I growing up, what is the connection between me and the world? But when required becomes your only signal, you will have all your attention tied to the emotions and needs of others. Is he looking for me today? Is he still with me? Will he think of me at a critical moment? If not, you will fall into the abyss of self-doubt. Am I not good enough? Is there something wrong with me? Should I do more? The fourth layer of consequences is your body, and you start to pay for it. In a constant state of reaction at all times, on all times, on all times, on all times, the brain has to spread a lot of stress hormones to maintain vigilance. You have no sleep, you have no cell phone to stop, you feel that the next message can change everything. You eat something not for yourself, but for yourself to continue playing the always person, your neck, stomach, headache, menstrual disorder, often not too tired. But for a long time, you live on a tight emotional alert. Once you let go, you have to face the larger empty, so your body prefers to remain tight. You will find that even if the relationship itself is not sweet enough, it is more of a chronic consumption, emotional, spiritual, and physical. The fifth layer of consequences is that this model does not only operate in love, but it permeates your attitude towards the whole world. You will become the last person who can't say no in your work. Others do the job, you do the first thing. Others have the mood, you do the first time to appease. You start to believe that being needs by colleagues, bosses, is an irreplaceable proof of yourself. But it's hard to talk about the border, and it's hard to say, it's not my responsibility. In the family, too, you will become the last person who can't say no. On the social level, you are the most popular, the most thoughtful, the most saving person, the best person for everyone, the worst person for you. After all this, the most terrible consequence is that you start to believe that it's my character, and it's my life. You've lost so much of your mind, and you've got so much of it. You've got so much of it. You've got so much of it. And you've got so much of it. You think you're just loving someone a little bit, and in fact, you're taking the initiative for years. Give the answer to, I don't matter, to someone else. Give the conclusion that, I don't deserve it, to someone else. Give the switch to, I don't deserve it, to someone else. The real rebellion is not about closing my heart, but about learning to rewrite the old order from the bottom of your life. The first layer of your life is slowly occupied by a single identity, the one who gives, saves, and takes care of others. You find that when you are mentioned, the words are often, understanding, understanding, relying, and being particularly warm and caring for people. It sounds nice, but you haven't noticed, but you've never asked, are you tired? Fewer people know what you really like, what your dreams are, what you want to live. You present yourself with a functional personality, you take in an emotional box, an emergency fire squad, 24 hours of service, not a living person with a personal desire, a direction, and a border. The second consequence is that your ability to choose is quietly altered. When your brain is trained for a long time, as long as the other person is in need of you, you automatically add points. As long as the other person is stable and less in need of you, you feel bored. Your choice system will deviate significantly. You will miss those who really fit for long-term relationships, because they don't have the dramatic sense of waiting for your rescue. You will keep on going to complex people, people in trouble, people in blurred borders, because only next to them can you keep on holding up the high concentration of what is needed. You think that your nervous system is chasing a familiar chemical reaction. The more chaotic you are, the more nervous you are, the more you have the chance to feel that, I'm good. This makes it harder for you to move away from one choice at a time and push yourself towards the same destiny, the more to consume your relationship. The third set of consequences is that your system of self-worth is completely reversed. Normally, a person's sense of value should come more from, who am I, what am I growing up, what is the connection between me and the world? But when required becomes your only signal, you will have all your attention tied to the emotions and needs of others. Is he looking for me today? Is he still with me? Will he think of me at a critical moment? If not, you will fall into the abyss of self-doubt. Am I not good enough? Is there something wrong with me? Should I do more? The fourth layer of consequences is your body, and you start to pay for it. In a constant state of reaction at all times, on all times, on all times, on all times, the brain has to spread a lot of stress hormones to maintain vigilance. You have no sleep, you have no cell phone to stop, you feel that the next message can change everything. You eat something not for yourself, but for yourself to continue playing the always person, your neck, stomach, headache, menstrual disorder, often not too tired. But for a long time, you live on a tight emotional alert. Once you let go, you have to face the larger empty, so your body prefers to remain tight. You will find that even if the relationship itself is not sweet enough, it is more of a chronic consumption, emotional, spiritual, and physical. The fifth layer of consequences is that this model does not work in love alone. It permeates your attitude towards the world. You become the least able to say no in your work. Others add tasks, you do it indirectly. Others have emotions, you do it at first. You make it difficult to say what you think of is needed by colleagues, employers, as an irreplaceable proof of yourself. But it is difficult to say conditionalities. It is difficult to say, it is not my responsibility. The same is true in the family, where you consciously assume the duty of caring beyond your energy, putting the needs of all people in front and at last forever. At the social level, you become the most popular, considerate, and conspicuous person, to be the best of all people, to be the best of them, to be the best of them, to be the best of them. The most terrible consequence, after all this, is that you start to believe that it's my personality and my life. You're going to stamp it with, I'm innately sensitive, and I'm willing to pay more than I am, instead of asking, is this really me, or am I trained? For a long time, You're going to lose even the right of anger. You're tired, but you're not angry. You're having a hard time, but you're going to feel that it's not easy to leave. You're going to give yourself the conclusion that I'm not worthy of love. You're going to give someone else. Don't ask so much. Someone needs you. It's good to have you. You're going to make a long-term contract of love and pain. You're just a little bit more in love, actually, and you're going to give it to someone who's heartless, and you're going to give it to someone who cans heartlessness at any time. If you're willing to be honest, you'll find that the real rebellion is not about keeping your heart shut, but about learning to rewrite the old order, I am qualified only if I am needed. Next, what we're going to talk about is not about teaching you to get cold, but about the first time that you look at the need and love from a completely different location. If you're willing to be honest, you'll find that the so-called don't get rid of a person is never about an amazing love story, and it's more like a long relationship with yourself. If you put all this back on the table, you'll see a very clear definition of who I am. Before you turn the whole thing into a man's idea, it's not about the idea that you'll be able to say, it's not about what you're supposed to be, it's about what you're supposed to be. The true realization is that it is not that one day you suddenly cut your head off and put everyone in the dark, and then say to yourself, I'll never love anymore, but that one day, before you're ready to look back again soft and again light up the person's head, you stop and ask yourself a completely different question. If there's no one else in the world who needs me, will I still want to live a full life? You may hold back and even be afraid of this question. Because it means that, starting today, you can no longer define yourself by simply I don't need anyone else. You have to reset a completely different set of coordinates. What do I like? What do I hate? What do I want to spend time for when I don't give it to anyone? When everyone listens to me, do I want to learn to hear myself first? When you begin to ask these questions, your life will be slanted, from, how can I keep someone else, to, how can I keep myself, from, how can I continue to be useful, to, how can I live? You will slowly find a very counterintuitive change. When you stop kidnapping yourself with need, you are more capable of loving. You will no longer be able to catch someone who doesn't want to take you. You will no longer die in a relationship that has been emptied in order to prove your importance. You will be more likely to see those who really want to be with you, rather than treating you as an emotional cane. In the end, it will be very simple, but it will be enough for you to re-examine the whole conclusion of your life. You are not worth it because you are need, because you are yourself a complete, complex, and on the way. So you deserve to be treated well, including by yourself. If you could just say this a few times before you go to bed tonight, you'd be relieved of your subconscious a little bit. You don't have to put down who you're going to be tomorrow, not look back next week, but every time you look at yourself, give yourself a little more time each time, every time between other needs me and I'm tired and even a little bit more, and you're going to sneak out of the old destiny script. Here, I'd like to return the question to you. 1. Where is it that hurts you the most in this whole thing? 2. Did you suddenly realize that it wasn't him that I caught, but I matter? 3. What did you ever try to get out of it, but it was totally ineffective? 4. You can just write one sentence, or you can write your story a long time. You can say me too, or I can't. I'll pick some typical cards in the comments section, confused, and I'll continue to open them to you in the video back, not about inner father, about need to be addicted, how to do one step at a time, and not leave yourself behind when no one needs you. If there's a single word about you today, you can remember to leave this video in your playlist, and you can share it with someone who knows you're trapped in the same hallucination. In every video back, we will continue to do the same thing, not to teach you to be cold, but to accompany you, a little bit, to walk back into your own life from those self-abductions that look decent and, indeed, cruel.